I see we're about 30 seconds away from the 3 minute. All right, juniors, we need you in the water turned around right now. Let's go. Is that one boat or two boats, Pat? I see Garrett's ready. Okay, ready?
Well, they're putting the boat in. They don't have a driver in it.
Okay. I'm good with that. There they go, throwing them in. All right, here we go. Juniors, the next sound you hear is your 3-minute gun.
Out of Las Vegas, Nevada. So this is 3 minutes to the start. Cracker boxes, one of the oldest classes racing.
So we fueled them, we turned them around, and we're getting ready to go with their final heat of the day for the junior hydros. We put them out in this water right now because the water is very calm, and the juniors are learning how to read the water, honing their skills for upward mobility in racing. So this is where they all start, and they go up from here. We're coming up on minute 30 to the start. Once again, this is a flying start, so the boats are out there milling around. They're getting ready. But remember, they want to hit that start-finish line when that clock hits 0. That's part of how racing against the clock works. 3 boats. Garrett Tepper in the 94 from Boise, Idaho, sponsored by Mom and Dad. The Deutsch family, 3rd-generation racer. Maureen Girth, 1st-generation racer from San Diego, California. On the 23, Disc Flow Bit Pro sponsored entry. And Gavin Evans, also 1st-generation, number 15 from Garden Grove, California. Here we go, coming up on 30 seconds to the start. Garrett's swinging wide. He's got the speed up. 30 seconds. You don't want to be too early, but Garrett looks like he knows what he's doing as he's coming around. He's not waiting for the rest of them, which is good. Running his own race as he's coming up for the start. 12 seconds. They should have it pinned right now. Wide open throttle.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boats settle down, and we're racing, and they're all legal. So here we go, side by side, coming up the front straightaway. I don't know. Let's see who goes in the turn. As Maureen leads him into the turn, Garrett swings wide. Gavin in the 2nd spot. Young Mr. Tepper swung wide and fell back into the 3rd position, but it's all Maureen Girth again. We're still trying to determine what number it is, but we believe it's 23. No, I do have confirmation from the scoring tower. It is definitely 23 for Maureen Girth. Garrett Tepper in the 94. And you can see Gavin Evans as he goes by. A very visible 15C. This is a 3-lap sprint. White flag should be coming out. One lap to go as they take the stripe for our juniors. And then we'll get into our practice session where we let the race teams run the course. The racers get out there, do a shakedown, last-minute shakedown before their heat start. White flag for Maureen Girth, 1 lap to go. Gavin Evans in the second spot. And Garrett Tepper in the third spot. One more set of turns.
Richard, you got a copy, Richard? Richard, you got a copy? Read my mind.
Oh, I switched you guys. Taking the checkered flag, back-to-back wins. Give her a round of applause. Maureen Girth. Second place will go to Gavin Evans. Make some noise for Gavin. And rounding out the field, let's give him a big round of applause. Hard work this weekend by this young man, Garrett Tepper. Big round of applause for Garrett. And that'll conclude our junior program. Coming up next, SST 45s. You should be in the water. Turned around. Let's get you ready for your test. Flat bottoms. Let's head you to the ramp right now. Flat bottoms. Head to the ramp right now for your test session. We're going to clear some debris from the course. Looks like somebody left a ball in the water for us. So we're going to get that out of there. And then we'll start with the 45s. 45s, you should be in the water, turned around right now, ready to go. All right, here we go. 45s, water's yours. 45s, water's yours. Tell you about these boats. These are the Formula Lights. Tunnel boats. A little faster than our junior hydros. Speeds in the mid 70s to low 80 mile an hour range. 2-cylinder Evinrude or Johnson motor. 45 cubic inches. Drivers control the attitude via rocker switches that are mounted onto the steering wheel as Jared Wallach spins it out. McLovin was a dope. Mark Haliak goes by. Let's see what happens with Jared if he's able to refire. As you see, these tunnel boats, very nimble in design. Just, you know what?
Red flag it, get him out of the way. Here, I got it. He's not there? All right. Yeah, just red flag it, and then I'll have rescue pull him out of the way. I'm going to red flag this. There's no incident. Just red flag it. Have rescue pull. Never mind. He's got it, bro. He's got it, Pat.
Never mind. We're ready to go. They'll run a shortened course, the Formula Lights. They'll also Le Mans start from which is a dead motor start, all drivers strapped in, facing the first turn. We'll be doing 2 10-lap heats today. Flat bottoms. Flat bottoms, let's get you in the water, turned around. Flat bottoms, let's get you in the water and turned around for your practice. You're welcome. So on the water right now out of Alameda, California, the number 44, that's Colin Cross. Jared Wallach in the all-orange tunnel boat, the number 18 out of Redondo Beach, California. The number 19, driving for Bill Ryder, that's Mark Haliak out of Tustin, California. Going back in the water right now, made a prop change and a couple adjustments. That's Spencer Love, the team owner of the 18, the 44, and the 24. And next to him is the 25, who I think is done with his test session, and that's RJ West. from Manteca, California, driving for Chuck Skelton Racing Enterprises. All right, black flag is out. Test session is over for the Formula Light tunnel boats. Flat bottoms, cracker boxes, flat bottoms. Let's get you in the water. Let's get you in the water and turned around right now as the Formula Lights are clearing the course. Flat bottoms in the water right now, please. Those that asked to go test. Haven't decided yet.
Surprisingly, you got plenty of water.
Okay. Yeah, and yeah, that's fine.
You like the smaller bottles?
They do.
Yeah.
They're good. They're because they're just a couple drinks.
Yeah. People don't set them down.
Taurus, let's get them in the water. All right, flat bottoms. You should be in the water right now. You're only going to get a couple laps. It's a very limited test session. Grand Nationals, start making your way down. So flat bottoms, then comp jet, if there's any. I don't think I got any comp jets that asked me to test. So we'll go flat bottoms, then Grand Nationals. If there will be a K boat at the end of the flat bottom heat, at the end of the flat bottom test session, that will go out and do a couple laps of test. So the K boat can go in last. Water's yours, flat bottom. The water is yours. Fire and go. On the water right now, we're going to put the cracker boxes out there for their practice session, along with the rest of the flat bottoms. As we near the start of the 70th running of the Thanksgiving Regatta. So Dave Laws and and Mark Cervanka driving and riding for Mark Conave in the California Cracker. This is the P55 out of Huntington Beach, California. Going in the water right now is the Rebel himself, Brett Marshall, and Corey O'Neill. Crackerbox is one of the oldest classes still running in their current configuration. It's Crackerbox Pro. These boats date back to the 40s. The 244, it's called the Wild Card. Brett Marshall, Corey O'Neill out of Las Vegas, Nevada. They're going on the water right now. I'm stoked. What's going on with the Rebel down there? And going in for the first time in over 20 years, driving a Crackerbox again, is Mike Stock and Tony Applegate. Mike Stock, a former national champion and High Point champion in the class. He's going to drive for Glenn Madden in the 46. Glenn Madden out of Las Vegas, Nevada, the owner. Looks like Brett Marshall is going to need a tow back in. I'll have Rescue grab him. Rescue, if you can grab Brett Marshall and just tow him in, that would be great. All right, any other flat bottoms? Any other flat bottoms? We're going to go with last call before we move on. Yeah, this is Stock going in right now. So Mike Stock, Tony Applegate going in the water right now. Go ahead and say yeah. Yeah, 10-4. A while. I mean, we got to, well, not a while, but probably about, yeah, fuel it right now so you're ready to go, so you're not late. Like 15 minutes. It's already up. SCSCRacing.com. At RPM, it's up. Yeah, the RPM site's up. The SCSC site will be upgraded in about a week. We'll be back here in March 25th, 26th. End of March. This time it's not on Easter week. Thank God. Hopefully no wind, exactly. So this boat went over yesterday with Matt Bookie and Eric Salmons at the driving job and riding job. Mike's out there testing right now. So Mike's going to feel the boat out. First time back in a Crackerbox in quite a long time. All right, flat bottoms. Let's go. Let's go. Flat bottoms.
Wanda.
So just like an old glove, you fall right back into it. Mike Stock getting on the gas, coming around the turn. And Mike Przynski now on the water, warming up his motor from the SE class, the Sportsman Extreme class.
Thanks for all your help. I'll talk to you.
So the P46, the WarriorWraps.com, sponsored entry by Glenn Madden, the driver and rider, just completed their practice session, heading back in to the pits. All right, last chance. Flat bottoms, this is your last chance. K-boats, start making your way in the water. K-racing runabout practice, let's get you in the water. Turned around. Grand Nationals. If you're practicing Grand Nationals, let's get you in the water right now. Grand Nationals, let's get to the water line right now. Comp jets, same thing. If there's any comp jet that needs a practice, let's get to the water line right now. If I don't see boats in the next 5 minutes at the ramp, we're going to start opening ceremonies for the 70th running of the Thanksgiving Regatta. Yeah. Come here. Let's go. I think we're. Let's see. We're gonna. What is it going to be? 10. Coming up on 10 o'clock right now. So we'll do probably get on the water in the next 15 minutes of 10. So we'll go 10:15. Then we'll go Cracker Box 10:30, 10:40, 10:50, 11, 11, 5, 11.
Mike has a smile on his face, so that's a good sign.
Thought he would. 11:30. Where's the SST 45? 12. Yeah, I think you're right. All right, K-Boats, water is yours. K-Boats, water is yours for your practice. Let's go, gentlemen. Grand Nationals, Comp Jets, last call. Pat. K-Boats, fire and go. K-Boats, fire and go. On the water right now, the El Cid K999 Pro. That's Duff Daly driving for Mike Stock. Yep, the same Mike Stock who was just in the Cracker Box. Duff Daly driving the El Cid. I know the water's a little sticky. The hell? What are they doing? So having some problems with the El Cid. I'm sure they're going to take it in and do some kind of adjustments to maybe to the plates. Oh, it's Tyler Roth. That's right. Tyler Roth is in there. So we have a new driver in the El Cid. I apologize. Tyler Roth is taking a test session in the El Cid. Morning, Dennis. There we go. That's a little better. K Racing Runabout, blowing alcohol flat bottom, 500 plus cubic inches, making just about 3,000 horsepower, a little less. Going in the water right now. Looks like we have GN testing. GN testing. This is your final call. Grand Nationals in the water right now. Turned around. Let's get you turned around. Let's get going. When we get finished with this Grand National test session, All right, last boat's going in the water for the final test. As we get underway, A-Stock Hydros and Cracker Box. Cracker Box from yesterday, your rerun. Cracker Box Friday rerun will be up right after the A-Stock Hydros for the heat that wasn't. As we start the 70th annual Thanksgiving Regatta, looks like Robert Deckers, Dr. Robert Deckers out of Ojai, California, going to do a couple laps of practice, and then that'll conclude the practice session as we get underway. Where's Mr. Yates? Make sure. A-Stock Hydros, let's get you in the water, turned around. A-Stock Hydros, you'll be the first class up, followed by the Cracker Box rerun from yesterday. Here's the order. We have A-Stock Hydro, then Cracker Box, then the A-Stock Hydro final, Classic Endurance, then we'll go into GPS 100. CompJet, Group 1, then Group 2. So warming up his oil, getting it nice and thin. Now he'll get on the gas. Buddy, we're going to start this thing. A's, then crackers. A-Stock Hydro is in the water right now. A-Stock Hydro, your last call. You're up first. We need you in the water right now. Cracker Boxes, you should be at the ramp right now. Cracker Boxes, you should be at the ramp right now. GPS 100, start warming up. GPS 100, start warming up. A-Stock Hydro, I need you in the water and turned around right now. How we doing? Let's see. This is way too much. Troy, you down there?
Yeah, I'm headed that way. I'm not quite there yet.
10-4. I think we're looking for 4 entries right now for the A-Stock Hydro. Let me know when you see 4 boats ready to go. And I don't need them exactly ready to go. I just need them in the water turned around so I can start opening ceremonies.
Yeah, copy. And Gavin is running.
Yeah, 10-4. What do we have, 2? All right. Where are those 2 rush? Thank you. Thank you, guys. All right. A-Stock Hydro, you should be in the water turned around, waiting on your 3-minute gun. We want to welcome everybody. Good morning. We want to welcome everybody to the Blue Water Resort and Casino for the 70th annual running of the Thanksgiving Regatta, the Mark Yunker Memorial Race. For 70 years, the Southern California Speedboat Club is proud to have promoted powerboat racing right here at Lake Mouvalia on the Colorado River. This weekend's event is sponsored by Nick Rose Insurance, Home, Auto, Life, and Commercial. Nick Rose and Company can take care of you. Ecology Auto Parts, Amsoil Twins, Rex Marine, Jet Renew, and the family of polishes and cleaning products, and hotboat.com. We invite you all to stand right now. Remove your hats as we play our national anthem.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, race fans, it's time. Let's start the 70th annual Thanksgiving Regatta. A-Stock Hydro, you should be in the water, turned around. We're ready to go. A-Stock Hydro, the next sound you hear, 3-minute gun. Cracker Box in the water right now. Let's go, Crackers, in the water right now. This is your last call. GPS 100, start warming motors. GPS 100, start warming motors. Comp jets as well, start warming up. So on the water right now for Sportsman A Hydro. This is our A Sportsman Hydro class. 15 cubic inch motors out of Newberry Springs, California, driving the Amsoil Special. Number 72, that's Casey Jones. Out of Phelan, California, in the 477, the Shovel Nose Hydro. Wesley Gildart. Out of San Diego, California, she won the junior hydroplane overall. And our current honor roll student, we can't read her numbers, but we love her anyway, Maureen Girth. The number 15 out of Garden Grove, California, Gavin Evans. Gavin stepping up right now, racing with the adults. So that young man running his first A-Stock Sportsman Hydro. 3-minute gun. We're down to 1 minute, 19 seconds till the start. Again, a flying start. Cracker boxes. You should be in the water right now, Crackers. We're going to let the A-Stocks come out of the water and fuel after the cracker boxes. You should be in. You're going to go up right after this heat. As we count them down. Classic Endurance. A-Stock Hydro, Cracker Box, Classic Endurance. Get ready to get to the start heading to the ramp as well. Crackers, then Classic Endurance. Crackers, then Classic Endurance. Then GPS 100. All right, coming up for the start. 4 boats. They should be on it right now. They're all going to be late. But I guess late is better than early, where you'll be. All right, Gavin Evan leads him over the line. Everybody's legal. So Gavin, then Casey Jones on the outside, and on the inside, Maureen Girth, Wesley Gildart, rounding out the field. So cutting across is Casey Jones, made a move. Now he sees Maureen Girth, who's in lane 1. And he's got his eyes set on her. So Casey in the second spot, Maureen in the first spot, Gavin in third, Wesley Gildart in the fourth spot. Here comes Casey looking to make a move on the outside. But remember, Maureen has got the short way around the course. She's in the inside line. Hugging the pins. Oh, Maureen pushes it hard. Coming around. They should be side by side coming up the first straightaway. Casey Jones just edging out now Maureen for the lead. Maureen in the second spot. Third, Gavin Evans in the 15C out of Garden Grove, California, and Wesley Gildart out of Phelan, California in the 177. Crackers, you should be in the water, turned around. Cracker boxes, you should be in the water and turned around. This is a 3-lap sprint. This is their first heat. White flag flies, 1 lap to go in this first heat. Sprint boat racing is exactly that. These are sprints, not endurance style racing. As was here a couple weeks ago, we did the Blue Water Resort and Casino 300 Enduro. This is now sprint boats where our hydros run 3 laps and the flat bottoms and most of the other classes run 4 laps. White flag out. 1 lap to go for Casey Jones. Maureen Girth in the second spot. Gavin Evans in the third. Crackers in the water right now. Let's go. Cracker boxes, your last call to the water line.
Put the crackers in and turn them around, please. Is Mike Torres not down?
Classic Endurance, you'll be up right after the final for the A-Stock Hydros. Crackers, you'll be running a 3-minute clock. A 3-minute clock. Casey Jones comes around for the checkered flag. He sees the finish line in sight, but here comes Maureen Girth. Maureen's not giving up. The Disc Flow Bit Pros Fire Service sponsored entry out of San Diego, but it's not to be. Amsoil takes the win. Casey Jones, Maureen Girth, and make some noise. Gavin Evans, his first A-Stock Hydro race. Well, actually, his second A-Stock Hydro race because he raced it down in San Diego, I remember. Wesley Gildart. Maybe not. AX, as I'm told. So it was AX Hydro. I apologize. Wesley Gildart coming up, and he'll take the checkered flag. All right. We'll bring them in, fuel them. Crackers, you should be in the water, turned around. Crackers, you should be in the water and turned around. Let me know when the last cracker's in the water. Mike Torres, copy? Mike Torres, pick up your radio. Let me know when the last one's in the water. What? Cracker Box rerun. This will be the Cracker Box rerun. This is from their final heat from yesterday. We had a couple boats that couldn't make the call. So the Cracker rerun is right now, followed by the A-Stock Hydro final. Then we'll go into Classic Endurance. Is that it? Did he say that's it? All right, here we go. 3-minute gun. Cracker Boxes, the next sound you hear. I thought. There's Donald. Oh, Brett Marshall didn't make it. Brett Marshall must be fixing stuff. Yeah, 10-4, A-Stock, and Classic Endurance. Copy. So, on the water right now, we're looking at 3 crackers. We have 4. One of them still trying to get electrical sorted out. He'll be back for Saturday's event, coming up a little down the schedule. A little later down the schedule. But coming up next will be the A-Stock Hydro Final, and that'll conclude our outboard sportsman hydroplane classes for the weekend. Then we'll go into Classic Endurance, then the GPS 100 class. 3 minutes, the Cracker Boxes, driver and rider. The riding mechanic. The riding mechanic dates back to the late 30s, early 40s, where that riding mechanic would prime the fuel pump and also keep an eye on traffic for the driver. But his role was much more vital as a true riding mechanic for the old flatheads that have now been replaced with small block Chevrolets and Fords. 314 cubic inch max. White flag means they're under starter's orders. Less than a minute, less than a minute. They're going to be late. And they're on it now, but they're all late. But the good news is nobody's been penalized. Dave Laws. Mark Cervenka, Donald Deutsch, and James Privet for that. Mike Stock, Tony Applegate, driving for Glenn Madden in the 46. The Warrior Rap sponsored entry. Again, this is just the rerun. This is the rerun from Friday. Good battle for first place. Donald Deutsch on the outside. Mark Conave's California Cracker driven by Dave Laws on the inside. So Donald Deutsch and James Pravat leading him around the course, but here comes Dave Laws driving the 55. Mike Stock having some problems. In the 46, see if he can get it relit. As Donald Deutsch able to hold on to the lead. All right, coming up next, A Stock Hydro Final. So let's tell you about the leader. That's Miss High Maintenance out of North Hills, California. The owner, Chuck and Jeannie Deutsch. The driver, Donald Deutsch and James Pravat. It's a Ford small block. Deutsch Heating and Air, Nick Rose Insurance, A&G Lumber, and QMP Racing. White flag flies, 1 lap to go. Dave Law's not giving up just yet. Mark Cervenka the rider. Dave Law's the driver of the 55. Mike Stock on the hook, will be towed back in. They'll get it fixed, I'm sure, and get ready to go for the next heat. Checkered flag. Donald Deutsch, James Pravat. Second place will go to Mark Conave, the owner, the driver, Dave Laws, and Mark Cervenka.
Richard, you can idle up at the beach, and I'll send, as soon as the water settles, I'll send the A-Stock hydros.
A-Stock Hydros. Let's get you in the water and turned around. We're going to let the water settle. Doesn't need very much. That'll be your final. As we're getting Mike Stock and Tony Applegate into position and back on the trailer. All right, A-Stock Hydro. The next sound you hear, A-Stock Hydro. The next sound you hear, 3-minute gun.
Jesus. 3 minutes, please. 3 minutes, please.
So who do you got? What's going on with Applegate and Stock?
Getting a little air. Gavin Evans. Maureen Girth. So as we wind down, white flag is out. One less than a minute to go for this final heat of A Stock Hydro. A Sportsman Limited Hydroplane. As they're coming up to the stripe, our juniors and a couple adults out there. We got Casey Jones out of Newberry Springs, California in the 72. Maureen Girth in the 23 out of San Diego. Wesley Gildart in the 477 out of Phelan, California. And Gavin Evans, the 15C out of Garden Grove. Here we go, side by side, coming up. And it's a good start, side by side. They cross the line. Casey Jones just able to pull out. Maureen Girth in the second spot. Third is going to be Gavin Evans when they come out of the turn, as Maureen and Casey are going in tight. Casey Jones pushing the Amsoil dealer. So we got a good battle for second place. Gavin on the outside, Maureen on the inside. So our juniors back at it again. This time racing A Sportsman. They've taken the restrictor plate out, taken some weight out, let them go a little faster, let the motors breathe a little more. Side by side, Maureen on the inside, Gavin on the outside. A good battle for the second spot. But it's all Casey Jones, Wesley Gildart rounding out the field in the fourth position. So Maureen coming out inside. Let's see if she has enough speed to catch Casey. Gavin staying wide in the clean water. Maureen, your leader now. Casey Jones in the second spot. And here comes Gavin on the outside. Casey moving over, trying to get some clean water again. Sticking on the inside, lane one. Maureen wisely out in lane two. Oh, Casey almost spun out, able to hold off. Tried to push a little too hard. Almost swapped ends on him. Coming up next, let's go with Classic Endurance. You should be in the water. Classic Endurance, you should be in the water. Followed by GPS 100. Classic Endurance, I want you in the water and turned around right now, please. Followed by GPS 100. And then we'll have the Comp Jets, Group 1 and then Group 2. Heat A, Heat B. White flag flies. Maureen Girth still leading. Casey Jones. Let's see if Maureen comes over. Casey trying to sneak in there in lane one. Yep, Maureen moves over. Casey has to pull out into lane two. Now Maureen swings wide, hoses him down a little. That's good. Let's see some racing. Side by side race action. Comes out of the turn. One more set of turns for Maureen Mo Girth Christensen out of San Diego, California. But here comes Casey Jones in A Sportsman Hydro. Third spot is Gavin Evans. Oh, he's catching a little air from the wakes of these two, but this is a great battle for the win. Maureen comes out of the turn. Casey now dropping his head below the deck to try to get all the aerodynamic possible. Maureen getting low as well. Let's see as they cross the stripe. Maureen takes the win. Second goes to Casey Jones. Third goes to Gavin Evans out of Garden Grove, California. And rounding out the field will be Wesley Gildart out of Phelan, California in the 477. Robert Deckers is in the 76, and Brian Neal is in the 21. This is a scratch today. He's scratched. And then Billy Mason in the 702 from Phoenix, Arizona.
I'm going to make you look good.
Right now, I'm going to turn over the announcing duties to my friend and compatriot, Mike Miniger, all the way down from Boise, Idaho.
Thanks, Ross. Could have used another microphone. I could use your help today. Ross is a funny guy. He hires a blind guy to come announce the boat races, so don't expect much from me today. It's been a really long weekend, Ross.
So let's get the classic endurance in the water, and I'll get going.
Classic endurance in the water.
All right, here we go. Next sound you hear.
This is a class, folks, kind of designed to get people excited about circle boat racing. Classic endurance, the next sound you hear. Classic Endurance, boat number GN 142 will be driven by Jeff Best in this heat race. It's an Aquacraft 468 cubic inch Chevrolet. Thank you. GN 76 Rampage, driven by Robert Deckers. This is a Palm boat, P-A-L-M. Him trying to get laps, trying to compete in circle racing. Kind of a second career shot for him. .141, 142, and 145 are all owned by the Best family. One of them driven by John Best today. Boat 141, Jim Best.
Oh, it's right here. It's right here. No, it's right here. So this will be the schedule. Yeah, I had to. Next
Coming up next,
is going to be the GPS 100.
GPS 100 class.
Comp Jet, and we're going to do 2 heats.
And then 2 heats of Comp Jet. You'll be up after that.
Pro Stock, then SE.
Pro Stock after that, and then SE.
Cracker.
And then Cracker Box.
And then SST 45.
Then NST 45. That's the lineup. Write them down. Keep track of them. 47th annual Thanksgiving Regatta here in Parker, Arizona. Kind of a milestone here in Parker, 47 years, soon to be 50. I'm sure you'll be here for that. So 5 boats, it looks like, for Classic Endurance. Again, I talked about this class being kind of a, not necessarily a beginner's class, but a class within a class that lets people go out, maybe with not all the experience in the world, and get their feet wet. It's a combination of a bunch of different boats. You've got jet boats, you've got GN boats, you've got some outboards, not in this particular race, but we kind of let them get out there and just get some laps, get used to the racetrack, and see if they want to continue on and pick a class to run in consistently. And they look lined up. And green it is. The 702 jumps to the front. That's a jet boat, a larger jet boat, patterned after an Australian ski race boat. Higher sided, deep V. Yeah. The inside boat of Decker, it's the Palm, it's called Rampage. He's new to the sport, doing a great job. He takes it to the inside, and the two of them will drag race down the front straightaway. The V-Drive versus the jet boat. '21 in third. '145 in fourth. 142 in fifth, and 141. It's the 140 group. Robert Decker's got his hands full with the jet boat on the outside of him. He should be able to make the corners a little bit more efficiently than the jet boat, and it looks like he does, but then the jet boat with all kinds of horsepower going down the front straightaway seems to catch him before they get to the next corner. Water getting a little rough out there now with the deep V boats. Well, the Rampage keeps coming up on him, but it looks like the jet boat on the outside has got a strong advantage, and he goes to the inside now, forces the other boat to the outside, and he's got the white flag. One more round. I don't have a name for the white jet boat. I'm sure it's here somewhere, but I haven't found it. Robert Decker was giving him a tussle, but that tussle is over, and the checkered flag comes out. Well, it looked to me like the jet boat was running about 3/4 throttle. Did you see that right at the line? He jacked the throttle up. The thing took off, so a real well-equipped jet boat taking the win. Billy Mason is the name of the number 702, I believe it is. Great job by Robert Decker. I think that's Robert's second race or so, the one that took second place. Beautiful boat. Comp Jets up next, Heat 1 and Heat 2. Comp Jets. After the Comp Jet, Pro Stock up. Pro Stock.
Yeah, GPS 100.
Up now.
Up next.
GPS 100 is up next. I'm sorry. Then Comp Jet. Heats 1 and 2.
Yeah, and after.
After Comp Jet will be Pro Stock, then the SE class. That's your order. GPS 100 in the water, please. In the water.
Should be looking for 3 boats, guys.
Fred Hart.
GPS 100, the 3-boat race will consist of Fred Hart in the 777 boat, the family restored race boat, Mike Stock in the 333, the Omona boat, and Tim Hoffman in 217. 717. Ross can't write either. I keep finding his faults because they're not mine. Yeah, trust me. Well aware. Jay Hart, I got here just a few minutes ago. I think he's running 3 other boats today, and I walked up to Fred Hart. He said, I'll be running the 777, trying to keep Jay from running 4 classes today, which we saw in Long Beach in August. He was a busy boy, worn out, you might say, at the end of the day. So the Hart family, Fred, of course, a circle boat racer, turned into a top alcohol flat driver. Great guy, fun guy. Mike Stock, there's nothing that can't be said about that guy. He owns the 999 K-boat of Duff Daly's. El Cid, and of course, he builds all the motors for the whole flock of teams, except for the Chrysler. I got to get this right, because if Duff Daly hears me say that Mike Stock built his motor for the Omona boat, that could be an issue. So I will tell you that Mike built the moat that's currently in the Omona boat. And they kind of play round-the-round driver with that. Tyler Roth drives it. I've seen Duff in it. I've seen Mike Stock. I've seen Tony Applegate. So it's a potpourri of drivers in the yellow number 333. That's... Combination of boats here, too. The boat of Fred Hart is a Lavy Craft, family restoration of Jay Hart's father. Kind of a cool setup. It's got, I believe, Weber carburetors on top of like a tunnel ram manifold. And it almost has fire. The Omona boat out on the water, that's a combination of Duff Daly and a boat that he built, designed off of a Racing Craft flat bottom boat. Kind of a cool combination. The boat can run many, many divisions. It can run this GPS 100. It can run Grand National. It could actually run K-boat. So the boat gets a lot of use, a lot of laps put on that boat. They ran it in the Enduro a month ago down here. Right now, it's got an injected big block Chevrolet. It was born with a 426 Hemi, and they put that motor in and out. When Duff wants to run the Hemi, it goes in, Chevrolet comes out. Mike Stock behind the wheel. Tim Hoffman in the 717 boat. And Fred Hart still trying to get the little 777 boat fired, and Jay Hart's probably standing on the beach yelling at him. Hold the throttle a little this way and a little that way. Like I said, it's got a very different induction system on top of the motor. Fun boat to go look at, right out of the 70s. Lavy Craft, in its day, one of the fastest circle boats out there, and then along came the Biesmeyer. But some say they love that Lavy Craft just as much. Well, we won't want this to be a 2-boat race, so hopefully Fred can get it fired. Comp Jet, Heat 1 and 2. Yeah, we fired her out of gear. That's a good sign. Shut it off, pop it in gear, and go. Is the way it's supposed to work. I don't think there's anything more embarrassing than this. That's what nerves you all up, right? You're sitting there, you know everybody's watching you, and your boat goes, whoomp, whoomp. Come on, Freddie. If you could only push start them, see, that would be the answer, wouldn't it? I guess we're running 2. They're going to come around for the green. We can't hold the program up anymore. The boat wants to run. I don't understand why it ran in neutral, but wouldn't run in gear. So it's Mike Stock, Tim Hoffman, 2 boats for this heat. Mike Stock on the inside. Show us what you got. They can run 100 miles an hour. That's why the class is GPS 100, and they're off. Green flag. Oh, Mona gets a great start. Mike Stock takes her in hot. Turn 1. And Oh, Mona does what it does best. Runs right up front. Mike holds the pin down, and away he goes. For the Enduro, they installed a new hydraulic cavitation plate setup in that boat, and they said it was finally really fun to drive because this boat uses a lot of cavitation plate. If you watch the rooster tail, you can see it. And now they have a pedal assist in that makes it just a dream to drive, so Oh, Mona became even a little bit faster and easier. And the white flag comes out for Mike Stock. One more round, and he'll pick up the win in the GPS 100 division. And he backs off the throttle to about 75 miles an hour, it looks like. Anytime you can soften up the throttle, it sure helps in the maintenance department because that's all these things are maintenance pigs. They got to be worked on between every race, tighten nuts and bolts and check things. And that boat will see a lot of racing today, so they'll take care of it. And there it is, Mike Stock, Tim Hoffman. Comp Jets, you should be in the water, Comp Jet. Heat 1, and right up after that, Heat 2. Good job, boys. That'll be the last sound you hear, Comp Jet. Heat 1, boat 511. That is Vance Lund. Number 288 is Toby Clark. Number 702, Billy Mason. That's that bigger jet boat that we saw in the last race. That's who that is, Billy Mason. And number 72 is Amanda Rich, and she'll be running both heat races because they're not going to take her to the main, so they're going to let her run 2 in a row. That's your lineup for Heat 1, 511, 288, 702, and 72. Obviously jet-powered. The 511 is on the pole. Vance Lund will be your inside boat. The 72 of Amanda Rich will be outside. She's the one learning, so she's on the outside. 288 outside pole, 702 third out. That boat looks like a tank compared to the rest of them, but it does move. So we'll see if the 702 can handle the rest of the field from the third starting position. Right now, we don't have the fourth boat. We don't have Amanda Rich yet. Well, sounds like the 72 got fired. Amanda Rich. And she's off. We're going to call her the Fred Hart of the jet boats. Oh, he's going to love that. So Amanda makes it to the outside, makes everybody happy, gives us a full field. Keep your eye on that 702 boat. He was very fast in the Classic Endurance class. Now this particular class, I don't believe has any kind of speed limit, so he'll be able to run the boat hard. We'll see what he's got. Whoa, it looks like the pole boat. The 511 of Vance Lund. Whoa, whoa, what do we got there? A spin out? Looks like a spin out. That was Vance Lund. Opens the door for the 702 boat. That was unfortunate. Well, there's a lot of room to be made up by Lund. His boat looks super loose. You notice how loose the boat is. That's probably what caused the spin out. That gave the 702 boat of Billy Mason a great lead. These guys are running for the Mark Yonker Memorial Trophy. Cumulative points at the end of the weekend, and they'll get a nice trophy in honor of Mark Yonker. So Vance Lund is in third. He's got a shot at catching up, although I got to tell you, there's a lot of ground to cover. The boat is fast. Amanda Rich bringing up the last place, doing a great job. And the boat at 288, Toby Clark running in second. It looks like he has a shot at the 702, but I'm not sure the 702 is stretching his legs. Well, three of them pretty tight on the one lap to go. 702 looks to be in control, but they lumber around the corner, and the 288 boat on the outside is giving fight, but I don't think he's got enough to catch Bill Mason. Bill brings her around. He's going to be looking for that checkered. Well, Lund on the outside. Whoa, the guy in the orange boat. He's all over the place, and he sees his second place fall to Lund. So the 288 goes to third, and the 511 takes second. And Amanda Rich is coming around. She's going to run both events, so we'll wait for her, give her the checkered. And Billy Mason picks up the win. We have one more heat of Comp Jet, so don't sit down. In the next heat, we have boat number 21, Brian Neal. Boat number 660, Cheryl Dickey. Number 169, the driver is Harold Bruce. Harold Bruce. So it'll be 21 on the pole. Brian Neal. And number 72, Amanda Rich. We'll fill out the field. She'll start on the outside again, gaining laps, some experience. Jet boats are a handful. They're fine down the front straightaway, but they're suspect in the corners, as you can see. That was nice of Mike Stocky. Just came up and asked for my autograph, and I said I don't do them while I'm working. I do them later. So I'll come down, and for a six-pack, I'll give you an autograph and a T-shirt. Says Rattle Can Lou. You'll be happy to wear it. Guaranteed. Duff got one yesterday. Well, we look forward to seeing the El Cid boat run later. Comp Jet, fire them up. Brian Neal in the 21 is on the pole. The 60 boat of Cheryl Dickey is outside of him, and then the 169, Harold Bruce. Cheryl Dickey is not driving the 60. It's Ron Lund. He must be a brother to the father of Vance. He'd prefer I say it's his brother. He told me that. He's paying me.
Let's go pro stocks to the ramp.
Pro stocks to the ramp, please.
I guess
followed by the SE class. Pro Stock up next, and then SE, Sportsman Extreme. Second heat of the Comp Jet class. Amanda Rich again on the outside. I've told you that ad nauseum, but I want you to know. Love these young drivers trying to get some experience. She won't make the main. That's why they're letting her run both heats. They got one more lap to go before they go green. You see the white flag waving up above. Let them warm the oil up. The water's cold. The engines are cold. The oil temp has to come up. Give them a wave, everybody. Comp Jet second heat. All running for the Mark Junker Memorial Trophy, given away at the end of the day with the cumulative points. Pro Stock, and then Sportsman Extreme. Pro Stock, head him to the ramp, please.
I'm sorry, let's get the Pro Stocks loaded in the water, then the FCs.
Brian Neal will set the pace coming down the front straightaway here for the start. Got to get him lined up. Amanda way to the outside. Yellow flag, well, green, but we use the yellow. It's up in the air, and there it goes. Green flag. Jumps out to an early lead.
Harold Bruce is your leader. Who's driving for the 60? That's Ron Lund, Sr.
Ron Lund Sr. in second. Bruce Neal jumps to a big lead. I mean a big lead for first lap. Brian Neal in third. Wow, this race stretched out in a hurry. The main event ought to be interesting because these guys are going good. The other class was going good. Should be a barn burner. Amanda Rich going down the back straightaway now. Bruce, Ron Lund Sr. Brian Neal in third. Well, the lead boat looks to have backed off. He's going to get passed. Harold Bruce, something happens to the boat. He had a nice big lead. Now he's going to be taken over, it looks like maybe for second. Yeah, he may be headed to the pits or he's done. He pulls off the course, shuts her down. Ron Lund Sr. That boat looks strong too. Bad luck for Harold Bruce. Amanda Rich goes to third. And I think that white flag may be in the air. Checkered, it's over. Here he comes. Ron Lund Sr. And the yellow boat of Brian Neal in second and Amanda Rich in third. Amanda decided, looks like she's just coming in. Pro stock in the water, please. Pro stock in the water. Will Pro Stocks in the water, the exciting class. 500 cubic inches, normally aspirated, meaning fuel injection, carburetors, no blowers, no turbos. Biesmeyer style hull, I say that because there's Daytonas, there's all kinds of combinations in this class, Revenge. Flat bottoms, capable of 100 and, today 110, 115, maybe around that speed range. The guy who put on a show in Long Beach in the 640 boat, Dark Horse Racing, Greg Duff. Then my main man, Fitzy, he just came up to get an autograph too. The 24 boat they call April. Paul Fitzgerald will be piloting that. Jay Hard in one of the boats he's driving today, the 741 from Danny Lovelace Racing. And in the 111 boat is Chad Magicearth. Tough name. Chad Magicearth. In the 111, the 333 running in Pro Stock also, that's the Omona boat, is Tyler Roth. Tyler Roth. Good old-fashioned gun shootout right here. Hey, gentlemen, the last sound you will hear. There it is. SEs to the ramp. Last call. SEs to the ramp. Chad Magicearth all the way from Texas. Boat owned by Charlie White. Glad to have him here in Parker. This is one of those legendary races that if you have one of these boats, you want to make it to Parker. I don't know about Ross Wallach's weather today. Talk about suspect. Yesterday was beautiful. Looks to me that Paul Fitzgerald is on the pole. Paul out of North Carolina. Always makes the trip out here. Tyler Roth on the outside. Looks like Jay Hart beside Paul Fitzgerald, and then, of course, Greg Duff. I'd keep an eye on Greg Duff, man. That last showing in Long Beach was real impressive. Jay Hart, they're all giving you the wave. Greg Duff, the young lion, along with Jay Hart and Tyler Roth. Paul Fitzgerald, the senior of the group. I don't want to use senior, but I could tell you this much. He does belong to AARP, if that means anything to you. I'm going to get slapped down by his wife here in a minute. But he has that envious position of the pole, and they're coming around, and they'll be looking for that green. So Paul Fitzgerald, Fitzy, he's commonly called, Fast Lane Fitzy, will set the pace for the other three boats. So the flag man makes sure that they're in line. Here comes the Thunder, 4 beautiful V-Drive boats. On the gas, looking for green. And they didn't get it. The starter didn't like it. Oh, I'm sorry. They're trying to get the 111 boat started. That was nobody's fault. We just would like to get the 111 boat out there. There. He's in the turn. I'm sorry, I didn't see him. They'd like to get him fired up and going. They can't have him in the turn, is basically what I'm trying to say. That's why they didn't get a green flag. So the boat shut off? Goes fast and then he goes slow. Drivers, fire them up. You're going to get a white flag and then a green flag. Drivers, white flag and then green flag. And they're all fired up. Okay, they're going to go one lap. Chad Magic Earth is on the outside. He is the rookie, the man from Texas. What do we got going here with Fitzy? No, that's Tyler Roth. I'm sorry. Give him a wave, everybody, one more time. I think Tyler Roth wants a head start. Looks like to me. Hey, it never hurts to ask, you know. Beg for forgiveness. And it looks like they're going to catch Tyler. Chad Magic Earth trying to get caught up and out to the outside. No, that's... Let's see what we got going on here. We have green held up in the air, ready to drop it. The lineup doesn't look that fancy right now. But if that is the rookie, then he probably wants to be back there. So that might be by choice. Here they come. Green flag falls. Fitzgerald out in front. Greg Duff in second. Fred Hart in third. And Tyler Roth in fourth. Chad Magic Earth setting the pace at the back, taking it easy. And there he is, Fast Lane Fitzy, the AARP member. Oh, I must have motivated Fitzy. He must have heard. And he's off. Much preferred water out there in front. When you're by yourself like that, you get the good stuff. You get to read the water. It looks like all green lights for Paul Fitzgerald. Cracker Box is up after the SE class. Look at Fitzy go. Now Greg Duff and Fred Hart are in a battle right there. Loveless versus Grijalva. Fred Hart dives her in the corner underneath Greg Duff. I'll tell you what, the white flag, and this is a classic. Oh, well, Greg Duff with some problems. That's Tyler Roth and Fred Hart. I'm sorry. I told you I was blind. And Tyler Roth comes out in front of Hart and goes to second spot. And Fast Lane Fitzy is going to take the checkered flag for the Pro Stock Heat. He goes to the outside of Chad Magic Earth. And look at him go. Give him a big round of applause. Fast Lane Fitzy. Tyler Roth right there in second. Fred Hart doing a great job in the Loveless team, and Greg Duff needs to go back, and they got to work on that boat. Here comes Duff. And Chad Magic Earth is on the back straightaway. It's Magic Earth. I'll screw it up the rest of the day, but right now it's right. Magic Earth.
Driving for Charlie White out of Texas.
Driving for Charlie White out of the great state of Texas. I believe they voted Trump. And there we go. Chad takes the checkered. I don't know. I hope they all vote. Can't be political here, Chad. Don't drag me into it. I'm not going to play your game today. Okay? We know Trump won. That's really all that matters, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. No political. No politics. That was so 2 weeks ago. And the SE class is up next. Sportsman Extreme. Small block Chevrolets in these Beesmeyer type hulls. Well, I shouldn't say that. Any flat bottom. Well, now that I gave Fitzy my autograph, I guess I'm going to have to reciprocate and ask him for one. That'll be very painful for me. You know. I'll make him show me his AARP card. Yeah, I'll do things like that once in a while. Just once in a while. The 151 in the Sportsman Extreme class, Michael Brzezinski. He had a great run in Long Beach. 171. That's right. Jimmy Lewis driving for Gary Kohler in the 171. 717 is Tim Hoffman.
Just getting back in the sport after about 15-year absence.
Tim out 15 years, huh? You get married, have a couple kids, got a job, his parents kicked him out. I understand. So Tim Hoffman back out after a long absence. Jay Hart jumps from the pro stock into the 56 boat belonging to Paul Grichar. Driving the SC40 boat, the legendary Duff Daly. And this class brought to you by SRP Security Race Products and is Lance Nichols Racing. He scratched. Lance Nichols not there. This is a spec type motor. This is kind of a beginner's class, although there's not some beginners all racing in it. We want to welcome another sponsor to the program this weekend, River Bottom Auto Body in Blythe, California. We welcome you. For all your auto body needs in that area, go see River Bottom Auto Body. And if you're in Boise, Idaho, I own an auto body shop, so I just became a full-time sponsor. You don't have to, yeah. Yeah, stock construction if you need a building built. I mean, let's plug Boise a little bit. I got asked 3 times today about people moving there, so, you know, if you wreck on the way there, you can have us fix your car. But River Bottom Auto Body for all your auto body needs there in Blythe, California. Cracker Boxes up after the SE class. Cracker Boxes. The exciting, ever-bouncing Cracker Boxes. Well, we're about ready to blow a horn or a gasket. One or the other. Perfect high-speed water today. You look at this little wind riffle. The wind's not blowing too bad to cause big waves, but nice little wind riffle loosens the boats up, creates a little more speed, so the track looks good.
For t-shirts for today's event, we have 8 shirts left.
Wow, if you want a t-shirt for this weekend's event, there's 8 shirts left. 8 shirts. I bought a long sleeve because that's all they had left. I don't know if I'm going to get it over my guns or not. I hope it fits. Put Duff to the outside. Let's make him work for this. Duff Daly in lane 5. Oh boy, he's going to accuse me of making that just... Holy moly, tell me when you're going to do that, would you? Vietnam, you know, Vietnam. It's freaking me out over here. Look at this. I need her. Thank you. And they're off. Ross Wallach probably got a butt shooting from Duff Daly. That'd be fun to watch. Oh no, we said put him to the outside. He's a fan favorite. Let's give him a reason to be a favorite. Let the fan cheer begin. Crackers to the line and the 45. SSTs, get ready. You're up after the boxes. Well, these boats are fun to watch. They run right at 90, probably somewhere in there. This is all set up. You know, if you own a V-drive boat and you realize you got to have enough horsepower to hold the nose of the boat up, right? So these motors, believe it or not, are right in the 430 range, 430 horse. So they have a lot of specs when you put one of these motors together. They're very, very specific about the rules, and trust me, they will disqualify you for an eighth of an inch in height of a carburetor. So these boats, the way they're set up is just amazing to me, because they'll carry the nose as if they have 800 horsepower, and that's all done with prop and gearing, driver, weight, not driver weight per se, although I have to tell you, that helps a lot. But these things are fun to watch. They're very competitive, and keep an eye on the outside boat. You have a legend in boat racing in the outside boat, and some guys want to run against him, and some guys don't. So we'll see. Mike Stock built the engine. Duff Daly bought the boat for his son, who's in the Marine Corps and getting out here in a year or so, and this is going to be his boat to start racing in, so the legacy continues. So Duff is just playing with the boat, Mike Stock playing with the engine, trying to make the boat as competitive as they can, and of course, they did a great job in Long Beach. And the green flag flies. Well, Duff Daly from the 4th position is out in the lead. We'll see how he does going around the corner, but normally that's not a problem. And you can see how he rolls the corner. That's what I call it, because I'm used to car racing, but he rolls the corner harder than anybody. And then look at him come down the front straightaway. A super strong run so far by Duff Daly. Tim Hoffman, that long retired driver, Tim Hoffman in 2nd place. And then Mike Przinski in 3rd. Also a strong runner. This race isn't over. It may look like it, but it's not. Jim Lewis in 4th. And we have a problem with Jay Hart. He's out there running around shooting ducks. Well, looks like Duff Daly stretches the lead a little bit. Tim Hoffman doing a great job. Duff Daly out of Stuart, Florida. Tim Hoffman out of Mesa, Arizona. Przinski is out of Hemet, California. Your top 3. Fourth place, Jim Lewis is out of Mesa, Arizona. And it looks like Duff Daly's coming around for that beautiful white and black checkered flag. Duff taking it easy now, going down the front straightaway, and Tim Hoffman in 2nd. Mike Brzezinski. And Jim Lewis. Cracker boxes, listen up. It will be a flag start. Cracker boxes, it will be a flag start. SST 45s, you're up after the cracker boxes, and then it's the KRR. K Racing Runabouts after the SST 45s. Okay, cracker boxes, it is a flag start. Flag start.
Donald knows. He said it enough.
You must go around the scorer buoy by the Headgate Dam, cracker boxes, on your second lap. Before the start. If I sound like a moron, it's because I got a bird squawking behind me telling me what to say, okay? That's why I sound like I just got out of the mental ward. No, you can make me look like a moron, and I don't like it. No autograph for you.
I'll tell you right now. No. Where's the sheet? Let's go. We'll go.
Lane assignments for Cracker Box. 94, lane 1. 55, lane 2. 244, lane 3. 46, lane 4. Once again, 94, lane 1. 55, lane 2. 244, lane 3. 46, lane 4. That is your lane assignments, Cracker Box drivers. In the last heat of SE, 151 received a penalty. The 151 lane violation penalty. Back to you, Mike.
I'm glad you said Mike. I didn't know what was coming. I'm glad you announced the penalty, too. Those usually end up in somebody's bloody nose. So, yes, sir. Uh-huh. We need a white Ford truck moved. It's blocking the April boat SS24. It's blocking their pit. It is 16998L1 or LI. That's the license plate. Thank you again for the horn. White Ford pickup, get it moved. It's blocking the 24 yellow boat, SS24. You're welcome. That'll be $50. Well, you know Ross ain't paying me much. I got to make it where I can. I know. I'll get the $20 check. If I'm lucky. That's all right. No soup. No microphone. Cracker boxes, what an origin they come from. Older than dirt, as they say. A class out of the 40s. The 94 is Donald Deutsch driving. It's a Ford power boat for all you. Holy moly, he makes a lot of noise. You know that? If you like Ford, that's your man. High Maintenance is the name of the boat. Number 55, Dave Laws. 46. Wow, this ought to be good. Mike Stock and Tony Applegate in the 46 boat. They rolled it over yesterday, and the driver sprained his shoulder. Called Ross last night and said, hey, find a driver. And he called Mike Stock. Mike Stock was a champion 40 years ago or something. So they put him in it, and Tony Applegate fell on the sword to get in beside him. So this ought to be fun to watch. Brett Marshall in the 244 boat. There's your 4 boats. That 94 boat's been winning a lot of races.
Did you notice the matching helmets? That's so cute.
Again, the 46 boat of Mike Stock and Tony Applegate, 2 clowns. Keep an eye on them. We label them dangerous. Flag start for them this time instead of a clock start, so they'll go down and go around the security buoy or whatever it's called, start buoy. And they're looking for green. There it is. .314 cubic inch motors, Chevrolets, and they go in the corner, and out they come. Brent Marshall in the lead in the 244 boat. Brent Marshall just takes off. Dave Law is in second, running behind the 244 boat. And Donald Doige in third. Stock and Applegate in fourth. White flag for the 244. Brent Marshall, Corey O'Neill, the rider in the 244 boat, and it got spread out in a hurry. Dave Laws and Mark Conway. Brent Marshall and his rider, hand up in the air. Victory is at hand as he takes the checkered flag. Dave Laws coming down this front straightaway in second. And Donald Deutsch in third. The high maintenance boat. And Mike Stock and Tony Applegate embarrassing themselves back there in fourth place. Well, really, folks, let's just say it like it is. Pathetic to think these guys live in Boise, Idaho. Maybe not anymore. That was a joke, folks. Give him a wave. Let's just put it this way. Mike Stock and Tony Applegate don't lose very well. Is that more friendly? Would that be more friendly? Instead of they embarrass themselves? I don't know. Your choice, folks. Yeah, they embarrassed me personally, but that's a different matter.
I had this out for you. That was Brent Marshall right there.
SST 45s, I hope you're in the water. Then KRR, K Racing Runabouts. Just so you know, I've known Tony Applegate since he was about, I think I met him when he was 9. His dad, Terry, probably the best upholstery man in all of Idaho in his heyday. So that's why I can make fun of him. SST 45, boat number 19, driven by Mark Haylark. Number 93, R.J. West. Number 18, Jared Wallach. Number 24, Jared Love. And number 44, Colin Cross.
Okay, so 93 is now 25.
The 24 is Spencer Love. Is that right? You like that better? Spencer Love. Okay.
He's right here. Clover Construction.
Clover Construction, the sponsor. And he's doing a profile shot for us now. Jared Wallach in the 18. R.J. West in the 25. No, I'm sorry. Spencer Love. No. God, I hate this. Can I just do 2 shows, make fun of people? I don't have to deal with all this number stuff. Is that all right? Good, because I'm really good at that. But this reading the number stuff seems to elude me. And off they go for a little warm-up lap. SST 45s. Remember, the 24 is Spencer Love. That's all you need to know, folks. Spencer Love.
We're going to give Mike a little break as Ross takes over for the announcing duties for the Formula Lights. Mike will be back for the inboard classes. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Miniger coming all the way down from Boise, Idaho. He'll be back for the inboard classes. Ross Wallach taking over right now for the Formula Light Series. This is the SST 45s. 44, Colin Cross at Alameda, California. My progeny, number 18, in the moving buoy. The boat looking like a moving buoy. All orange. That's Jared Wallach. Going to be 19 years old on Monday. The number 19 of Mark Haliak, owned by Bill Ryder, Ryder Racing. And then the godfather of the class, Spencer Love, who owns the 24, the 18, and the 44, as well as 4 other SST 45 Formula Light boats. So if you want to get involved in Formula Light racing, affordable tunnel boat racing, go see Spencer Love. I'm sure he can help you out. And he's got a boat for sale. Actually, he's got a couple of them. We're going to line them up as RJ West comes in, driving the number 25 for Chuck Skelton, Skelton Racing Enterprises out of Santa Clarita, California. The composite craft boat. No, we're not. They want to do 10 today. So we're going to do, instead of a 20-lap main, they wanted to split it up, and they wanted to do 2 10-lap heats today. This will be the first of the 2. The Grand Nationals will do a 20-lap final coming up on the second half of our program, the finals for the 70th running of the Thanksgiving Regatta. As we turn all the boats around, we're going to Le Mans start them. We'll have a flare to signify the start of the countdown. Anytime from 20 seconds to 0, the flagman on the California side of the river will drop the flag. So the drivers, if they bump the starter before that flag drops, they already have a 1-lap penalty. Let's find out. Are we doing a test flag? No test flag? Good. All right.
66, order ready.
So as the drivers get in position,
No test flag, we're ready to go.
all right, drivers, no test flag coming up on your 1 minute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 minute, drivers, 1 minute. "50 seconds, drivers. 40 seconds. 30 seconds. 20 seconds, the flag is up. And they're off. Jared Wallach, pole position, number 18. Leads them across. Spencer Love, team owner, in the second spot. Mark Haliak gets squeezed a little, but moves over. Now diving into lane 1. On the outside, taking the clean water, is RJ West. Colin Cross back in the third spot. But here comes RJ, now swinging wide, lifting the nose. RJ likes to fly that boat. Jared Wallach leads him across the stripe. Now we're underway. The first lap, as they come around the next time, will be complete. 9 more to go. Coming up next, K Racing Runabout Pro. K Racing Runabout Pro, you need to be at the ramp right now. K Boats, let's go. So a good battle for second place. On the inside is RJ West, on the outside, the 24 of Spencer Love, masonry contractor out of Santa Rosa, California. Now drops back to the third spot as RJ has his sights set on young Mr. Wallach. As they come around to complete lap number 2. 8 to go. RJ just carrying as much air as he can underneath that boat, that composite craft boat, which he builds up in Manteca, California, Northern California. Oh, Colin Cross goes in a little too hot. That's going to cost him. Let's see if we can get the boat relit. The number 44. As Jared swings wide to try to hold off RJ West, but RJ taking the clean water. Now Jared coming back across. Remember these boats, 2-cylinder Evinrude or Johnson motors, 45 cubic inches, which is the super stock designation, super stock tunnel hull, SST 45, or Formula Light as it's known. These race motors are attached to switches, rocker switches on the steering wheel that move the motors in and out. You trim it out, you carry more air, the boat flies higher. When you go in the turn, as you see, they take the air away, they trim the motors in, the air goes away, and the boat's able to literally corner on rails. Sometimes up to 3 Gs on the single pin turn the driver will experience. But here comes RJ as he's got first place in his sights, and Jared not going to be able to hold off the wily veteran, the multinational and world champion. We'll see what happens. As RJ now, it's a drag race to the pin. And RJ holding him off side by side. Jared holds position, but there goes RJ. RJ able to get the clean water. And now able to pull away from the young Mr. Wallach. Third place, Spencer Love. Mark Haliak driving for Bill Ryder out of Tustin, California in the red and white Grand Prix hull. That is a Grand Prix tunnel boat. These composite crafts and Lovecraft. Jared's running a Lovecraft boat that was built by Spencer Love and his father, Rick, some years ago. Same thing with the 24. But the 25 and the 44 are both composite craft boats, and they're built by RJ West, your current leader for this race. Once again, coming up next, K-Boats, K-Racing Runabout Pro. Let's get you to the ramp right now. As we're in completion, lap number 7, 3 to go in this 10-lap heat. Once again, don't forget we are almost out of souvenir t-shirts for commemorating the event. So if you're here and you'd like something to commemorate the event, we have short and long sleeve. I know it's a little chilly today. Oh, we have one long sleeve and it's a triple X. And one short sleeve, it's a triple X. It might fit you, pal. And we have we have Spring Classic t-shirts from last year and Enduro t-shirts. So we have Enduro and Spring Classic t-shirts left too. Whatever's left over, limited quantities. White flag is out. RJ West, one more lap to go. Jared Wallach The 18 in the second spot, Spencer Love. In the third spot, Mark Haliak in fourth, and Colin Cross rounding out the field. One more set of turns down at Headgate Dam for RJ West, driving for Chuck Skelton, Skelton Racing out of Santa Clarita, California. Jared Wallach driving for Spencer Love out of Santa Rosa, California. Here's your first winner. First heat winner for the SST 45 Formula 8, RJ West. Jared Wallach finishing second. Spencer Love in the third spot. Coming around, Mark Haliak will finish in the fourth spot, followed by Colin Cross rounding out the field. K-Boats, we can hear you warming up. It's going to be a grudge match. It's going to be a grudge match.
Just a couple hours left. That's it. Just a couple hours left.
You don't want to watch the K-Boats run? Those are fast guys. They're up right now.
It's a grudge match.
Yeah, we only have 2 of them.
Yes. Yes, dear. Yeah. Yeah, the GPS 100 would be. Perfectly timed. Well, I think after 3 years he's finally got it down.
All right, K-Racing Runabouts, and now it's back to you. The mouth from the north.
Go away. Outboards were fun, but you weren't. So I don't expect much pay. So just have fun. Exactly. He's going to pay me double now. That's 2 zeros instead of 1. 0, 0. So what do we got? John Guthrie and Tyler Roth in the 999 boat. Tyler Roth, I think his first time in the K99 boat. Duff Daly sitting it out, getting Tyler some lap time in that boat. It's a grudge match, folks. It's the boat count. We lost the K401 motor, unfortunately, so we're just going to have these guys come out and show you what unlimited methanol motors can do. Brand new motor combination built by Mike Stock in the K99 boat, the boat that went to Australia last year. We've talked about it, but it's really something to have the fastest K-boat living in Boise, Idaho, wrenched by the Applegates and Mike Stock and Jermaine and Jeremy and the group, keeping that boat on point, even over in Australia. And he won a world championship with that boat. So excited to have it here. Just unfortunate that there's a couple of new K-boats being built that are coming out of the El Cid mold. And that's going to be exciting because we need more boats in the K-boats. We're going to get a horn, folks. Oh, there you go. Gotta love that. Especially if you're within 50 feet of it. So Johnny Guthrie in the K16 boat, good-hearted enough to go out there and make some laps with Tyler Roth. So the motor combination in the K99 boat, if you have a capsule, you can run any size bullet you want. Blown, injected on methanol. I would venture to say that motor is in the 1,800 to 2,200 horsepower range, and that's not blowing smoke up your skirt. That is truth. The Guthrie boat is an open boat, the K16, so it's limited to 500 inches. I think it is 500 inches, and of course there's a blower size limit and pulley limit on that boat. So he can't produce any more than probably 1,200 horse. So in reality, it is a horse race, not a boat race. So Tyler Roth, the son of Victor Roth, getting some much needed seat time. If you haven't gone down and looked at that boat, you're such a, I can't tell you what you are. Anyway, let's just have some fun, folks, watching these two K-boats. Wish we had 10 of them, but unfortunately, they're pretty expensive. Yes, go down and look at the engineering in that 999 boat. Just look at the cavitation plate setup, walking inside the boat, the way the boat's put together. It's amazing. Incredibly built boat. Everything built with adjustability in mind. That's how the boat was engineered, because it was a new design. Boat started off as a way old racing craft bottom, something Duff Daly's worked on for years, and then Mike Stock took the boat. It's a longer, bigger, wider boat than the Biesmeyer type boats. Got a lot more stability, a heavier boat, and it's green. There we go. Remember, it's Tyler Roth's first time in the boat, so they're just going to have some fun. Johnny Guthrie, a long-time driver of the K-boats, doing a great job. He made a good pass on the back straightaway, and he sucks her down to the pin. Sounds like they got the K99 boat a little fat on the fuel mixture. Duff Daly standing on the sideline saying, "Let me in that thing. Come on." Here they come. Smell the fuel. With that being a brand new motor combination, they might not have the fuel set up right. Plus, it could be Tyler not running it wide open. Oh, that wasn't good. Jumped it out of gear, or spun a prop off of it, one or the other, or broke a prop shaft, and that motor saw some RPM. You could hear it. And here comes Johnny Guthrie. White flag. Yep, it could only be out of gear, prop come off, or a broken prop shaft, which with that kind of horsepower, I mean, even though Tyler wasn't totally on the gas, I know that, which I wouldn't expect him to be on the gas all the way, but definitely busted it. Hopefully they can get it fixed for a final, and Johnny Guthrie doing a great job in the K16. Tough luck. We'll get to you as soon as we know what of those events happened with the K99 boat. Well, we'll get a tow in for the El Cid. The crew will anxiously await. I think Mike Stock will be anxiously awaiting a view of the tachometer. When the motor wings up like that, it's never a good thing. But, yeah, if you could hear the dogs barking, you know that the RPM was high.
We killed it.
Brett Marshall's with me right now. He put on a show in the 244 Cracker Box. Remember that? I thought the Deutsch boys had something for you, but you checked out on all of them.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, that old Corey O'Neill Racing Engine Chevrolet bow tie, she's running real crisp. Put a good tune-up on her. We chased gremlins all weekend. We barely made the ramp call. I want to thank Duff and his whole crew. I want to thank the Deutsches, Conave, everybody out here. What's the guy, Mike, that's driving for Glenn right now. Everybody teamed up to help us get that boat in the water today. I want to thank everyone. God bless you. I want to tell you right now, it was a good run. That's Patterson Glass number 3, all right? Tom Patterson is here, the guy that built that boat. The 46 is Patterson Glass number 4, all right? That's a good boat. You just got to ball up and turn it.
Ball up. That just went out over the internet. That's the new term I'm going to use. I like it.
That's PC. We got a new guy up top in the big White House. You don't have to be quite so PC anymore, you know?
We can say ball up.
We want to make boat racing great again.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Thanks, man. Hey, you said you hurt the motor?
Yeah, we pushed the head gasket out on the left side. I think I bent the throttle a little bit, too.
I think you bent it for sure.
I legged it. Daddy. Well,
don't call me daddy. You're too old.
Well, here's what you got to do. You know, Ross puts on a great show. Ross, I love you, buddy. You know, I've always been there for you. I love this thing. I'm glad that we're back in with this group of people. The boat racers are where it's at, man. Everybody works together. You know, and that little Patterson Glass boat, it's a good little boat. And everybody's, it's going to do this and it's going to do that. And Frampton says, you're going to wreck it. Yeah, well, you're going to swim now and then. But you just got to get a good setup with a good crew, everybody working together, and let's go boat racing. This is where it's at. My adrenaline is high. I'm like John Force right now, baby.
You are John Force.
He ain't got nothing on me.
No, you need to go car racing too.
I like John Force. We see him we go to the drags. We're motorsports fanatics here. We love this stuff.
So can you fix the boat? That's the question.
Not this weekend.
You can't push the head gasket back in?
You got some super glue?
Of course we do. Well, thanks, man. Great
Gorilla
run.
Glue. Thank you for what you guys are doing. We love racing with you.
Thank you. He must mean you, Ross. He don't race with me. I wouldn't have let him win if I was racing. Great job, man. Great job. Killer. Oh, we're on a quick intermission. And then we'll come back for the finals, and then we'll get you out of here.
What we have is we'll come back with this